Okay, so you've installed Fusion 360. What we're going to do to start off with is to draw some lines to get started. So, first of all, this is what normally comes up on the side, and it will say setup is in millimeters and navigate and view. So here, you can either, to navigate and move around, there's quite a few different ways to do it. You can see here, I can use a trackpad. You can't see what I'm doing with my fingers, but basically if I put two fingers down on my trackpad, I can use that to scroll around, which is really handy because I can use my mouse in one hand and trackpad in the other. I can zoom by your normal pinch and pull on trackpad, and orbit, if I hold down shift and two fingers, I can spin around, whatever. Now, alternatively, you can hold down the middle button on your mouse. However, I can't do that because I've already got the middle button on my mouse set to be switch tabs on my computer, so I can't do this. The other way you can do it is up the top. You can see here, you can click on this box, right? So you can click on the sides and look at all the different views. Or you can rotate around. Right, so I go back to top and I go back to some side view, whatever. Now, what we're going to be doing to start off with is I'm going to get you to create some letters. And eventually you're going to write your name. But to start off, we're going to write Tom. For Mr. Ranieri's first name because it's nice and easy. It's got straight lines and circles and so on. So first of all, we're going to want to make a sketch. So we can click up here, which is create sketch, or I can click on here and go create sketch, or I can right click and go sketch, create sketch. So there's lots of different ways of doing things on here. I find it's easy to get started once you're started. That's a bit confusing. Did not want to do that at all. Whoops. Get out of that. Stop sketch. Top. Right. Right. So I'm going to want a sketch. I'm just going to. Okay. So I find it's easy once you know what you're doing. You can use the shortcuts on the keyboard. So if I say stop sketch and just press S, that's not going to help me at all. Just need to go here and sketch. So now it's actually put me into the flat version. So I'm just looking at one side, and it allows me then to get started. So next what we're going to do is create line. So I'm going to create a line tool, or you can press L. And I want all of our letters to be 6 high. Right, so let's start off by doing Tom. So I'm going to start out here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 6 just to start off. So I want them all to be 5 millimeters wide. 1, 2. Okay. Right. Done. And now when I'm finished, you can either right click and go OK, or you could go just hit escape. Now that T does not look very good at all. It looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've gone too far down here, and I've gone too far out here. So what I can do is, and it's got all these little icons on here, which I have no idea what they mean. Well, I know what they mean. So to start off with, this one here, it means horizontal. So the first one I did was I did a horizontal line, and you can see sketch geometry constraint. So constraints are down here, and it means it's always going to be horizontal. I can't change that, right? Because that was the first one I did. Now you can delete that if you want. Now it can go in any direction, but we want it to be horizontal. So I'm going to click on here, and click on here, and say, yep, we're setting it to horizontal. Now these ones in here means it's perpendicular. So basically it's at right angles. So I'm just going to take them away just so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so I got rid of all the right angles. So now if I'm moving this around, it's going to come off in weird angles. If I, however, go perpendicular, I can say, no, I want them to be all right angles to each other. Okay. And that means that these ones will be vertical, these ones will be horizontal, and so on. Alright, so I think it just said that's already constrained. It has to be at right angles. Yeah, okay, so I can't do anything because it's already at right angles. Everything's at right angles. Now, as we said, the problem is this doesn't look right. So let's click on this, if I double click on this, if I click on it once, I want to push it forward, don't I? No, I don't. Oops. Right, so if I click here, okay, oh, there we go. Now, that's a bit weird. Alright, so I've clicked off it, I've clicked on and gone away, and now I've grabbed it and I can move it in. Okay, and this one we said it's too far, so click off at one, on, and move it up. Now if I click in the middle, click on the, right, click on the side, double click, now I can move the whole thing. Alright. So I've created my T. I'm pretty happy with that. If I click on any of these now, I can actually adjust one corner, undo. All right. But the good thing is it always stay in the right angles. Now, next thing I want to do is create a circle. So go down to circle, and I want the circle, get out of it, to be, let's try it here. All right, so done my circle, and I want it to be that big. All right, so 6 centimeters. So the O looks correct. Now let's get off a circle. So I'll just move. So I've if I click on it, I can make it bigger or smaller. But what I actually want to do is I want to move. I don't know if I can move this over easily. I can stay there for now. What I do want to do is I want to make the inside of the circle. So I've clicked once. I'm then going to go offset. So again, I can press O. And offset means it makes the same circle, but bigger or smaller. Now I want to go smaller. Notice how it's -5. So I want to go down to -5. If I type in here 5, see how it goes bigger? Well, I actually want to be -5 to be 5 mils smaller. And then I've got my circle on the inside. All right. And the next thing I want to do is create my M for Tom. So we can go up. Let's make it something like that. Right. Degrees are all looking pretty good there. And I'm going to go up to here. Oh, not finished. Let's go to here. Done. Now I don't really like that. I think that this needs to go down a little bit. So let's click on. Let's get off my line tool, so escape, click on this dot, and let's drag that dot down to there. Let's drag this dot up to here. It's a little bit tighter. I think that looks a bit neater. It's up to you. And you can see all the constraints have come in, that they're all right angles. But basically I've written the word Tom. I've written the name Tom. I'm going to be able to do this. Yeah, move him over. Alright. Can I move it all over? I guess it doesn't matter. There you go, Tom. All right, now if then all I need to do is go stop sketch. All right, and I can move around and look at that way. Right, so that is our name, Tom. Now in a second, you're going to have a go at making your own name, but you're going to have to make Tom first. So next video, I'm going to show you how to mirror sketches to make it a little bit easier.